Hello, day 27 of Moon 1. So Chinese New Year was 26 days ago, and this is still using the Lunar Tao by Deng Ming Dao. And today is day 27. It's a little bit about ways of learning. The specific title from this book, which we are using as a prompt for each day, and then expanding from other things like the Tao Te Ching and my own sort of wheelhouses. There you go. Skill sets, wheel sets. Yeah. Okay, so I am tired today, so I'm probably going to mash loads of words together. Okay, so my name is Ollie. I'm an Eastern physiotherapy practitioner from the south of England. That's Southsea in England. And I practice acupuncture, acupressure, and have studied Tai Chi for years and martial arts for 20 odd plus years, etc. So lots of integration and things that have originated from Taoism. So, but the actual Tao Te Ching itself is in some places repetitive in many ways, but it's something that's I think has got a lot of relevance for today, for today's what's happening nowadays. Especially more with the political side of things, but looking at the introspection, really. This is kind of where today is going into as well. So, two ways of learning is the title for today. So, the last 2 days were more about that kind of left brain analytical side of learning and gaining information versus the innate knowing. This is kind of an extension from that. So, two ways of learning. You are the perceiver and the perceived, and the knower of the unknowable. If you're uncertain, return to the way. So, the first bit from this really, or the only real main bit I'm going to pull from this, and is about introspection. So, it is reasoning, yes, but eventually this inward attention gives way to meditation that is all absorbing. Okay. I'll read the sentence before that makes more sense. So there is a different kind of perception that is inwards, not outward. It is introspection. In this reasoning, it is reasoning, yes, but eventually this inward attention gives way to meditation that is all absorbing. It is a state where the perceiver and the perceived are one. You know this absorption. You knew it as a child. You still know it now on the occasions where you are so involved in something that you do not even hear someone else call you by name. This is not esoteric and mysterious practice of some bearded sage on a distant mountaintop. This is the natural ability you have, as does everyone. Our society does not name it and cannot sell it, thus it is not known by a common name. But you know it, don't you? Yeah. Maybe flow state is a term that gets thrown around. Could be used to describe that. It is a deep meditation. Yeah, deep absorption is probably the best word that they've used in there. Really, it is being completely absorbed into something that all other stimulus or stimuli, including vision, become negated or secondary. So yeah, deep introspection that leads to that kind of absorption of meditative state. So the other bit that is in here really is so there's two actually from two different people. One is from Zhuangzi, which we read something of a couple of days ago. So Lao Tzu is the main person or the writer of the Tao Te Ching, but Zhuangzi is a kind of like seen to be like the second most reputable or So the first one is actually from Confucius. So and it's from the Confucian classic, The Great Learning, or Da Xue. So which I only just realised this morning that Da Xue also means the Great Learning, because Da Xue actually means college in Mandarin. Xue is school, and Suesi means to study, but Dashue is the greater learning or greater school and college. So, right then, so this is from the Confucian classic, The Great Learning. Those who want to rectify their hearts first integrate their thoughts. Those who want to integrate their thoughts first perfect their knowledge. The perfection of knowledge comes from investigation of things. Once things have been investigated, one attains perfect knowledge. Kind of straightforward. But yeah, Confucian stuff isn't very poetic. It's a little bit more literal and analytical and observational. Whereas Zhuangzi is a little bit more on the poetic side, and you'll find most Chinese scripts throughout history is poetical because people needed to remember it because most people couldn't read or write. So, okay, so Zhuangzi made this explicit claim. Who can climb the sky, wander the mists, whirl into the limitless, living by forgetting others beyond endings or terms? I'll read that again. So who can climb the sky, wander the mists, whirl into the limitless, living by forgetting others beyond endings or terms? It's a bit of a one for me to wrap my head around. I am really tired this morning, but this one's a bit easier. So there is nothing that one does not forget, nothing that one does not have. Serene and limitless, all good things come to one. So that's kind of going back into the Tao, and obviously the all-knowing of the Tao, which again, the Akashic Records is another word that could be either that or something or part of that. The Akashic Records is seen to be an etheric database of all happenings, past, present and future, to all beings, etc. Okay, so the last bit I'm just going to read from the Tao Te Ching, Lao Tzu. So this is number 79. So it's kind of another part of learning that hasn't really been addressed over the last 3 days, which is probably one of the biggest parts of learning, which is, they use the word failure, but obviously failing to complete something first time or not getting it right first time. Mistakes, learning from mistakes. Okay, so failure is an opportunity. If you blame someone else, there is no end to the blame. Therefore, the master fulfills her own obligations and corrects her own mistakes. She does not need to do and demands nothing of others. She does not need to do and demands nothing of others. Yeah, nice and short. And I'm going to try and keep this video nice and short because it is kind of a continuation of the last 2 days, and there's not a huge amount of expansion on that. So that is everything for today. Day 27, there is 3 more days, and then we move into the new moon, which is the peach moon or the plum moon, the apricot moon, sorry. Okay, which is looking at when the insects start coming. So obviously it would be obviously the flowers are already out, and then the insects start coming out to cross-pollinate and start the bearing of fruit. So that is today, and slightly different subject for tomorrow and the day after, thankfully. Okay, I will leave it there, and I will see you tomorrow.